Shalom, welcome to another crown jewel word analysis video. Today I want to do 4 words that connect to each other. It's namely white bread and red wine. Why? Because the right column, as you can see here, this is Likkutei Yirah 9 by Yirah H'ari, a crucial sefer book that one who wants to study Kabbalah will need for the prerequisites and the right understanding. This is the sefer. It teaches Lashon, it teaches many abbreviations, but the prerequisites you need for a better understanding. Okay, so right column, that is Chochmah, right? As you can see, that is white. So, and bread would be the expression thereof in Malchut, Asiya, for example, world of physicality. Now we have the left column, so this is right column, Chesed, love, father, white. There's the duality, right? Toiv, Ra. You have Bina, which is the mother, is the left column, is considered red, even though you see the red in Gevura, which is Din. But due to the situation, this is what dominates the lower worlds, because we are disconnected from, okay? So there are expressions, but we are not able to connect to God. Now I'm speaking as we in general, but focus on the overall situation of humanity. So Bina is purple, that is a mixture of blue and red upwards. Yet the red, the din, the blood, this is what dominates downwards. So likewise, you have white bread expressing downwards, you have red wine expressing downwards. Okay, so these are 4 interesting words to translate to Hebrew. Not translate, but through the crown jewel, look at what's in these English words. So, and you'll be surprised. And I'll keep making these kind of videos. It is though my intention that you yourself should study the crown jewel and start looking for words and see the glory of Hashem in everything. Okay, because that's what this shows. That there are no self-made words, there are no coincidences. No, none such thing. It's all filled with information. Okay? So, behold divinity. That's the message. You have to start working crown jewel yourself. We have spreadsheets, we have tutorial videos, we have school.com, which is the best thing to study Kabbalah. I've never seen such a amazing project, and I would sign up if I were you, if you are really interested in studying Kabbalah. So, okay, here it goes. So, briefly, let me see, because I have white first. Let's start on the right pillar. So the white would be the W is above, because Vav is VOU or W, and W stands for many bindings. You can read it in this sefer, many bindings. Then we would go to the H, yes, WH. I have to think there for a moment. This is this is within, okay, within. Behold, within. So many bindings within. And then comes the Yud, and the Yud is the supernal seed. Let me see if I can grasp that here for you. Just done. Yes, as you can see, these are the Olamot and the Patsufim. So we have here the Yud He Vav He. The tip of the Yud would be Keter, but the base of the Yud, that is Chochmah. So that is that right pillar we're treating now already, okay? So there was many bindings within, right? And then we have Chokhmah, and then we get the Tet, the Tet. The Tet values 9 in Gematria, and 9 is the 9th day. Here, upwards, we have Malchut, 1, Yesod, 2, it's actually the other way around. We say Chesed 1, Gevura, Tiferes, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut. These are the 7, and then you start counting upwards because these are 7 days under the mother, which is the 8th day, and then comes the 9th day. So that being 9 shows us also it is Chokhmah, and then for the E, because white, W, H, I, T, E is iron, okay, of 70. That we will do on the drawing table. I'll explain exactly what is the 70 there, and I'll show you the Gematria around it. So that was interesting to show here, that word. The red, we'll do the red also, and the rest we'll just do on the drawing table. This is a race, right? Immediately, race is the forms. So race is also value 200, which is the milui of Samech Mem. So that will be a Samech Mem Chet and Mem and Mem Sofit, value 200, okay? So that's the Samech Mem. And then you get the iron for the E, right? Which are the 70, the 7 lower, the 70 nations, you could say. And the combination thereof, Ra, is evil, means evil. And then the Dalet for the D, on a path without walls. This is also the Malchut, okay? Or Asiya, one could say. So it's the evil in the lower world expressed is that color red, right? The din, the judgment. So I think we'll do the rest on the drawing table. No, let's do the wine. The wine was interesting here also, my apologies. And so we just had the white, right? So that was many bindings, remember? Now again, we have many bindings, wine, W. Then the Yud, in this case, you can say, because the right column, the light of Abba is housed within Ima. But I wouldn't say that in wine. Wine, we'll treat that differently. But you will see that the Yud, the Chokhmah, is also always housed within Bina. But I'll show you that on another chart in a little bit. So I would go with the many bindings of the spirit, Nun, soul, in the 70 ayin. So these are again Zeraintim. Like I showed you, but it's all about the repetition. Let's go through it one more time. Chesed, Gevura, Tiferes, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut. 7, each having 10 sub-sephiros, being the 70 nations. These are the 70 nations, not nations with flags, that's a lower representation thereof, but the 70 nations are these in Kabbalah. So, so binding of the spirit and soul within the 70, within the 7 forms. So, okay, so let's go to the drawing table. So, okay, here we are. I have here a small manuscript. You can see the right column, the left column, center column. Well, so we had the whiteness, right? Chokhmah. The sum total of the Gematria here was 73 plus 72 plus 148 would be 293. Now the left column is Bina, 67, Gevura, Din, judgment, strength, 216, Hod, 15, making a total of 298. So 293 and 298 is a difference of 5. And that's exactly what I was saying, the Hey. That's a 5. And Likkutei Yirah shows us also, here are the Olamot, Kete Chochma Bina. The upper Hey is Bina. And the Hey means behold within. And what can we find within Bina? Namely the Yud, okay? Because the light of Abba is housed within Bina. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that. It is found whether you go right around the corner, left around the corner, through the center, you will find that there's no coincidences and that everything is full, loaded with information, very precise information. Okay, so we have right and left. We'll make here what we just did. Okay, so white would then be Vav, right? Many bindings. Hey, within. Yud. This was the 9, and this was the ayin. Because I want to explain to you the ayin there. So, many bindings. Let me get the source here for you. I'll keep it up a little closer so it's readable. This is 22 of the Zohar in Hazinu, chapter 16. We have our own Zohar app, but based on the translations by Shalmoncho, our dear brother who toiled next to, who's the chief disciple of Yirah Hari, my master. And the app is now available on iOS and will soon be on Play Store also for Android. So I'll leave a link in the description. And you will find it on KabbalahAcademy.online also. Okay, so that being said, let's proceed. So in verse 50 it starts to read, as for the eyes of the head of Atika Kadisha, both eyes are as one. They constantly observe and never sleep, as written, behold, he who keeps Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Tehillim 121 verse 4, which refers to Holy Israel. And for that reason he has neither eyebrows nor eyelids. Okay, then it continues in 51. This brain is engraved and shines with 3 types of whiteness in the eye. With one kind of whiteness in them, the eyes of Yirah Hari wash in milk. As written, washed with milk, Yirah Hari 5 verse 12. From the first kind of whiteness, wash and illuminate the other candles. Okay, so what are these bindings? Because you see that white, if you run white light through a prism, 7 colors will emerge from it. Okay, and that's also what we just read. I showed you the tree, the whiteness of Abba. It really illuminates. It's like the prism. It's the 7 colors beneath it. Okay, so, and you read about 3 kinds of white, right? 3 kinds of white. And what's interesting, so we have here the many bindings, right? Which you could say are the colors which are included in the white within, okay, within. You can see it, like I showed you in the chart, just it's within Bina also, but also shines down within Zerampin, right? But within Ima, as in the egg cell, right? The spermatoid within the egg cell, the milk within the breast, the bones within the meat, so on and so forth. So, Yud being then Chochma, right? Chochma, that supernal light, that supernal seed, that drop of seed, and this was 9, the 9th day, right? So, the last letter would then be the ayin, which hints at Zerampin or the 70 nations. Yet it's also, ayin means external side. And now side is the world of Atzilut, which is precise, again, Asiya, Yetzira, Beria, Atzilut, Adam Katman. So that's precise, it's Atzilut. This hints at Atzilut. Now the value here is interesting because this is 6, this is 5, that's 10, that's 9, and that's 70. So 6 plus 5, 11, plus 10, 21, plus 9 is 30, plus 70 is exactly 100. Which is Yud times Yud. And why Yud times Yud? There were, remember, 3 types of white, and the 7, which is a full tree, right? I'm going the other way around. This is a full tree. 1, 2, 3, and the 6, no, the 7. So this is a full tree of whiteness, right? So 10 times 10. That should be pretty obvious. Then I have to leave some space here. Yes, so these 7 runners, right? 7 runners, 7 colors through a prism, but they were always there. That white light contains it, okay? So bread, okay, bread, B, R, E, A, D. So this was base, resh, ayin, aleph, dalet. Okay, what's interesting here is 271 and 4. So this is 276, 7. 277, interesting number because 277 is a couple of things, but in this case, because there's always various layers, what is appropriate to mention here is Kol Zakar, all the males, okay? All the males, again, we should see that Zer'anpin really should bestow upon the 7th, right? So the male, the sun, also lower Yud Kei Vav Kei, is Zer'anpin. So all the males, right? All the males receive bread. So when the whiteness, when Chokhmah expresses itself downwards, think of manna or bread. This word bread is appropriate. So it is the expression of Chokhmah downwards in Zer'anpin when we speak of bread, whiteness, Kol Zakar. So we'll go to the left pillar. So check if that's still visible. Yes, it is. Red would be Resh, Ayin, Dalet. No, this was Ra, remember, evil on a path without walls. It's also Et Resh, so witness of Samech Mem, because the Resh was 200, which is also Samech Mem. For Samael, Sandafon, Metatron. Okay, so that's a good start, right? Evil on a path without walls. Ra on a path without walls. So this value is 274. Now, we had also the color red in Hebrew. Edom sounds familiar, no? Crown jewel would be variables on a path without walls. PWW, alright. Bound, bindings. And solids, to physicality. Okay? To physicality. Bound to physicality. Now we have wine. W-I-N-E. Also Vav, many bindings again. Spirit. Nun, soul. And Ayin, Zerampim, right? 70 nations. So the Nefesh, right? Nun, is Asiya, right? And the spirit is Yetzirah. So when there's a disconnect, right? Through din, through judgment, left, right, the whole system of Tov Ra, but usually we look at it from the left side being evil. It separates us, right? Because it was the red, it was the mother that created without Abba, even though that light is used, that separates the lower from the upper. Okay, you'll see that in many videos. And what am I trying to show you here? So you can see here exactly Nefesh, Asiya, lower Hey, connect, and Ruach, which is at soul level, spirit, soul, spirit, right? Bound soul and spirit within the forms means a closed system, okay? So think of Ouroboros. And that's also what in the former video, the dividing screen, Mesachiel, hinted at was the 161, but okay, but that's for another video there. But interesting. Okay, so we had 70, we had 50, I'm wandering off, my apologies, and 6. So 70 plus 50, 120, plus 10, 130, plus 6, 136, which is, again, the value of Ha-Samael, the Samael. 136. Now should you take the totality thereof, 136 plus 274 is exactly 410, which is tenfold of the ordinal of Samael or Elohim, which is both left column and the same. So the ordinal of Samael is 41, but it's also the 410 years of the first temple, which is of course a whole study on itself, right? So we can go into the real temple being made up of the letters, all to do destruction, right? Destruction of the first temple because it was made by men, right? By the hands of men. So bound in solids. As we are bound in solids, we create things without the glory of Hashem, right? And then it gets destructed, which you see the red, the shedding of blood, right? It comes in many ways and forms in Torah. You see shedding of blood of Hevel by Cain, many things, destruction of the temple. You see what left column, the history of certain religions that are on the left column, shedding a lot of blood. I will not name it here. It's I you know, I don't want to be judgmental there. You do your own research, and I hope this was helpful. So these words, red wine, and the wine being the representation lower, and white bread being the representation in the lower, the bread. I found that interesting, and hope to see you in the next video. Many blessings. Shalom.